Alright, excellent connection.
Excellent.
Egg salad.
Egg silence.
They say black and white color is 10 pounds on it, so 20 actually.
It does.
And cookies.
Well, cookies ain't got nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Look at Bowie falling asleep.
Bowie Mimi. I'm gonna miss my little beat butt. My moomert.
What's up, everybody?
Everybody, what's
Artist Haven? What's a new name?
It's Tish. She's in here all the time.
Oh.
She has Artapalooza.
Oh.
Yes, if you haven't gone to watch Artapalooza, do so.
Tomorrow, we leave in the morning.
It's a crazy Rick Warren time over there. Also, Tish, shoot me your address so I can send you the kit for this coming month so you can hang along with us.
Hi from Wichita Falls. Hello from Wichita Falls. How are you today? On this fine Thursday.
Sorry your fairy's late, Linda, but at least we're here to entertain you. You know?
You know what I mean?
So, today is our last day in the shop before
Vacay.
very needed vacation. Super needed.
We almost didn't go on this because we had a cruise lined up for next month. And she just said it got canceled.
What he said.
Well, unfortunately, Susan, we will be in LA.
Yeah, we'll be in LA from the 10th to the 15th doing the pink marble jade countertops. Carol said, I just finished a resin beach with cells. I don't know, it's not easy to do. Hello from Vancouver. Well, hello, Vancouver.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello. It can be easy. It just takes all the practice. It's easy for us at this point, and some days I still can't get cells. If you guys watch my expert cell review that we did a couple weeks ago, I got 0 cells from my top lacing epoxy and paste. It was crazy. But we do it every day. So it gets easier if you do it every day. Hiya, hello, how are ya?
I'm trying to
Vacation,
chew with my
what's
mouth
that?
closed.
I'm just helping. I'm editing for you.
Okay. Babe, stop. Now you're just covering your camera up.
I'm just covering your face up.
You cover your face up.
Why you gotta flinch, B? You act like I hate you all the time.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
It's amazing, Don Parker. I hope your day is amazing too. We're gonna do a pink beach with just Resin's Diamond Coat today. Tell me when I have the people.
You have the people.
Hi, people.
I don't know why this is on me.
Reasons. So for this piece, I'm going to use just Resin's Diamond Coat. Now this is a resin that I use most of the time for my flood coats because it dries super fast, super shiny, and you don't have to put a lot of heat on it, and it'll just work all the bubbles out by itself. It's not a casting epoxy. Don't pour it too deep. It won't work. But if you do a standard art piece, it will work the bubbles out on its own, so you don't have to like stress about it. It does look a little bit yellow in the jug, but it goes clear. It's nothing to worry about. A lot of resins, the part B will yellow just sitting by itself, because I'm pretty sure that it's the part A that has the UV resistance in it, because I've never seen one that the part A yellowed. Something I love about their packaging is that the cap matches the accent color on the bottles, so you don't forget which one is which and accidentally put the wrong cap on. I have done that many more times than I care to mention. Something to note about this resin is it is a 45-minute resin, so it doesn't have the working time of our go-to resin, STONECOAT Art Coat. However, it's still an awesome resin to work with, and I think that it's important to try other resins from time to time, because you never know what resin you like for different things. If we have to do a flood coat, a lot of times we'll use this resin because it sets harder faster, so that we can ship it more quickly. That being said, it doesn't have the heat resistance that Art Coat does. It is heat resistance past boiling water, but not as high as STONECOAT's by a long shot. And it is UV resistant, but I don't think it is as UV resistant as STONECOAT's. But I don't have the numbers on that, so maybe not for full white pieces if you're going to use this for a flood. It is a 1-to-1, and the consistency is slightly thicker than STONECOAT's Art Coat. It's about as thick as the countertop epoxy from STONECOAT. I don't know the FDA regulation with this, so I wouldn't use it for anything that may have contact with boots.
How is the VOCs? Is the odors that gets to me with the resin?
I can't smell anything with it. Definitely don't stick your nose in resin. It's not good for you guys, but being that we test all the things for you, I will put my health on the line and smell it. I can't smell a thing. B, can you smell it?
Every time now. No.
I am going to be using a lot of heat because I'm doing an ocean, and with any resin you will be able to smell it when you just bombard it with a lot of heat. But in terms of just individually or with the part A and B together, I can't smell anything. We do carry this in our website, artisttilldeath.com, in 2 liters and 0.75 liters, which comes out to half a gallon and less than a gallon, but closer to a gallon.
Yeah.
I don't speak liters. You'd think I would have learned this by now, but I got nothing. This resin does have what I consider death bubbles when you mix resin.
You shouldn't call them death bubbles.
Well, you're not supposed to breathe it in, so when there's bubbles that come out, I've called them death bubbles since Envirotech, so that's 3 years of the term. But this isn't the only resin that has those little bubbles that float out. Most resins that I've tested do have those, and consult your physician if you have any concern about your respiratory issues or health as it pertains to epoxy. Definitely be better safe than sorry and just wear a respirator that's for fumes like epoxy can give off after you use a lot of heat.
Okay. What is a good resin to use for something that is going to be thin but need to be very firm?
So that's a great question. if I was going to pour something thin that needs to be firm, I would inlay some fiberglass cloth. I adhered table legs to my freeform geode table it's solid epoxy, but even thick epoxy can wilt over time, and especially if it gets really hot where it is. So to combat that, I would inlay some fiberglass cloth. It's important though that you get one that's specific in the weave.
And somebody said, what is that fancy stir stick I'm seeing?
Oh, we got it with something forever ago. So this is the fiberglass cloth that we use. Can you see? Can you see the weave in it?
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that you have a weave that's not
Hello from Ireland.
too big and not too small, because if it's too wide, too large of a weave, it will not disappear in the resin, and if it's too small, it won't set up rigid.
Welcome, Olivia from Ireland. That's pretty amazing.
Welcome. So I would recommend a fiberglass
Mixed
cloth.
media artist, LMC Photography.
Hi there.
Jersey saying hi. Welcome.
I'm pretty sure this has been
Eddie,
3 minutes.
Linda, Nude, but no ratio changes. I don't know what else.
Ratio in terms of pouring thin. Okay, so if it's your first time to the channel, welcome. I'm Erica. That was Jeff. And we do resin almost every day. We answer questions every day. And we teach every day also on the 25th of every month. We do a Pour With Us class. And we answer questions live. Please subscribe. Leave us a thumb. And share with everybody you know.
Yes, A and B. They're the same. It's 1-to-1.
Oh yeah, this one is a 1-to-1, yes. What am I mixing? Okay, now I remember. So this is one of our cradle boards. You can find at artistilldeath.com. I sprayed it with a texture paint from Krylon, Sandstone, I think it's called. And then I sprayed over it with pink and gold so that it will be pink with a sand texture. The colors I'm using are Turquoise Seas. It's a tint from Color Obsession. They're transparent but buildable. So I'm going to start with a drop and build from there. With these tints, make sure you put your resin in the cup first, because if you have a paper cup and you put the tint in first, more than likely it's going to dissolve. Nope, it's going to melt into the paper of your cup. And if you put it in a plastic cup before the resin, it could melt the cup depending on what kind of...
Do you have the button?
I don't.
I don't know where the button's at. Thank you very much for your donation. That's very sweet of you. If I can find my button, I would hit it. Oh.
Right, all up in you and your fade. Something. Oh, if you put it into plastic before the resin, it could melt the plastic. I don't know why something in it doesn't like plastic. But not all plastics. But my plastic Dixie cups here, it will melt that.
Carrie, you can just leave a comment on ATD's poor people if you need help, and if we can't help, I'm sure somebody in the group can. I mean, we're on it every day, and if we see it, we'll definitely.
It helps if you tag us, but there are times where we are swamped in the shop and can't get to every message right away. But we have some great mods in the group. I love this color. I plan on swimming in this color.
Yeah, you will have to use that 25 for some pesos over there in Isla. We appreciate that.
We really, really do appreciate it. He jokes, but every dollar we pull into the channel goes right back into the channel to create more awesome content for you guys.
Amy, thank you very much. Says you are awesome.
Appreciate it, y'all. So the white I'm using is titanium white, also from Just Resin. The tints I'm using are from Color Obsession. It is Bondi Blue, Turquoise Seas, and Deep Ocean.
Well, Manuel, you're here, and that's all that matters.
You're becoming quite the regular.
Maybe it's because you're on YouTube, it doesn't let you know. I don't. Have you unsubscribed and then subscribe again? Did I hear you guys are planning a Florida trip?
We are planning a Florida class, which may happen in. We weren't going to do it this year because we were going to be on a cruise ship for 2 weeks, but now that that's kiboshed, we may do that sooner than later instead of just jumping into next year. So I have some clear left over. I do that for 2 reasons. When I do an ocean pour, I need it to figure out where my shoreline is going to be, and secondly, in case I need to make any more of one of my colors. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to come around like this. Pretty sure.
I don't know, Rachel. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube and people not getting notifications.
No idea. Turquoise Seas, check.
Carrie, if you go buy spray paint, the colors in Rust-Oleum are Lagoon, Seaside, and Ink, I believe. Blue ink or dark blue ink, I'm not sure. But those are the colors that she uses. I mean, we've used them quite a bit.
Oh yeah, when we do base spraying.
We got 2 new colors that I wanted to use, but totally forgot about it. I'm gonna just see what they would do, especially that fabric paint.
Well, we can pre-record a video for when we're gone. So the application looks kind of rough right now, but we're going to blend them all in.
It looks a little Jackson Pollocky.
Give me a minute. I'll prove myself. I have leftover resin for just such occasion. So I'm going to make up some more of my mid-tone.
Learning so much from you guys. Olivia from Ireland, thank you.
Thank you so much. Are you planning on packing that? Wasn't that also? No, it wasn't Willie. I can't remember who that was.
Jackson is my hero.
Mm.
I respected Jackson Pollock just because he was a madman and he really, you know, he believed in himself, and I wasn't a fan of his work. I respect his. I've seen maybe like one film of him actually painting, and it's pretty cool because of his technique, but.
You respect how he control his paint
Yeah,
with
I just wasn't
his
a fan
technique
of the.
result.
Yeah.
So this is our deepest depth of the ocean. And I try to keep, I know I've been doing a lot of oceans here lately, but I'm about to go be in an ocean, so I had oceans on the brain. And try to keep the majority of the resin up higher because it's all going to shift down south. So I'm going to sweep it all up higher. I keep having to remind myself about the working time here.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to blend in this light color with my shoreline. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. I'm going to get some coasters.
I can't remember if we have anybody else. Like, you might be our first visitor from Ireland.
Could be.
Like, we might have had one just come in and say hi. Like, because sometimes we just do. You know, if you're not a talker, if you don't, you know, we understand. Some people just don't like to chat, but if you just let us know where you're from, there might have been one, but I really can't remember. Like, that's pretty crazy. I love it.
All right. We got our coasters down.
Are you planning on doing the waves the new way?
Yes. Today or for the class? Today, yes. Also for the class, yes.
Rumple Foreskin says, I'm from Canada and I like to chat.
Rumple is from Canada and also, in fact, does like to chat. JK.
There's a new way to do waves. Did I miss something?
So I was doing waves very refined, and this is a line, and I push the waves back. And this new super tilt wave, I find to be easier, quicker, almost goof proof, and I think it looks really realistic. So it's been my new jam for waves. But you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I go in phases. So I'm just popping bubbles right now with the torch just to make sure that I don't have any dust bunnies, lint, hair, or anything that may interrupt the flow of my resin, because I'm going to do a super tilt. Looks like we're good. Looks like I already have some reaction here with just the titanium. So I put some coasters along the back line here because I'm going to tilt everything that way.
Will you tilt that camera kind of that way a little bit? Just turn it a little more. More. There we go. So now we can see those coasters.
The heat gun I'm using, I can't tell you the name of it, but it's not even available anymore. But it is a variable heat gun. It has a dial in the back. I can't tell you what the highest heat that it goes is because it doesn't say. It says high plus. It has 2 blow speeds, can't see here, but it's also low and high. And the attachment I'm using is a concentrator nozzle. I call it the wedding cake because it's what it looks like. So what we're gonna do is hit all the heat right here and then push it that way and then work our way down the piece. Slight tilt. Windshield wiper.
Teacher 2010 asked, do you tape the back or the sides of your boards? She actually does not, because a lot of times with these boards we just paint the sides of them, and the bottom we really don't worry about because we lay it flat on plastic, so that we don't have to mess with the back of it because of the drip. Just if it does fall off, it will puddle a little bit on the, out to the side, but we don't have to worry about those pesky drips and sanding them down.
Really want to keep your heat gun moving on fast because you've concentrated so much heat in such a small area that you can scorch your resin very easily if you don't keep it moving. And scorched resin is not cute resin. Just gonna let this side catch up and then we'll be done. Love it. If you don't like quite such a thick surf, just do a thinner line of whites, or just pour your white within the clear instead of the white on the clear and also the sandy area. Because when
Thank you, Tara Wilson.
Thanks, Tara. When you pour it half on, half off like I do, the white will grab onto wherever it's dry, which would be where the sand is, and it'll hold on to it while it stretches out that way instead of just rolling over the clear. You can tell I did more heat over here because of how much the light traveled, the light color that's right here. It's scooted.
Teacher 2010 says, so laying them on the plastic keeps you from having to sand the drips on the back, question mark. What kind of plastic do you use?
Oh, me.
That's just, yeah.
Any plastic will do if you want to just cut open a trash bag and pull it tight. Resin doesn't stick to plastic. It just doesn't.
But we use
a tarp.
It's a pretty thick plastic. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's or pretty much any hardware store.
Bunnings in Australia.
Yeah, it's just a nice. It's a heavy duty, just in case you poke a hole. I don't know. You have to be careful with it, but it's just we realized that we rarely use stuff that's rounded on the edges. So the resin really doesn't run off of our projects too much really anymore. And it just kind of stays up there unless you put way too much, then it'll find its way off, and then you have to, of course, sand off the runoff. But with the with the boards and the coasters that we sell, it's a pretty hard edge. So the resin tends to stay up there and make a nice dome effect, and you rarely have to sand the backs. Especially with we have clear acrylic coasters that we sell on our website. We have square, circle, and hexagon, and what you do, it comes with paper on both sides of them. You peel one side off and you pour on that side, and you can set them on cups, you can set them on, you know, on plastic to till the next day. I don't know what, my brain was just having a little gap right there. To cure, and then the next day you just peel off the back with the other side with the paper on it, and there's no cleanup. And we do sell those on our website, artisttilldeath.com.
Note, works better with square coasters.
Thank you, teacher. Yeah, those are awesome.
Do you have PTSD saying thank you, teacher?
No, because I never really said it. Except to my art teachers in high school. Teacher is called Jessica.
We knew that. I forgot.
I just say the name, like either the last or the first, whichever is easier for me to say.
Not an easy transfer.
If I need to top coat an ocean, can I do those waves over clear?
Of course. Using a transparent like I did today, the consistency of your resin is going to be very similar to a clear.
Do you ship to Ireland?
Everything but resin I can ship to Ireland. Unfortunately,
We've shipped to Ireland before. We've we had a piece of artwork go to Ireland.
import restrictions hinder epoxy from going into Ireland.
Mike Reed, what's up? Mike, I wish you were going to Isla with us tomorrow.
These coasters always look so fun. The runoff coasters. Like, look how fun. Where are you? Are you in here?
Mm-hmm. That's super fun.
Alright. Just gonna do a smush with the rest. That's all I got to work with.
Is your titanium white a paste by Resin Obsession?
The
Deborah?
type.
I think she meant color obsession or resin or just resin. The titanium is from Just Resin. The company's called Just Resin. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah. The titanium is from Just Resin. I'm just gonna take my favorite ones and put them away before I damage them.
Super fun. What's going on, Mike Reed? What you up to?
I have a little bit of white left. Maybe I can get it to work on a co-star. So we're thinking about doing for next month's class an ocean like this. So in the kit would be the heat gun attachment, but not the heat gun.
What color was the pink spray paint? Didn't you have like a couple different colors? I think she actually just custom made that.
The majority was the one from Molotov.
That's so fun.
It's too much white, it's not going to sell. I have to thin it out more. And it still may not because it hasn't traveled far enough to thin out. We can give it a minute to see what it'll do. It's just knocked it off. Little old me.
Mike, you gotta use Angela's. Are you using Angela's leather paint? And did you take some, what's that called?
Can we grab these tweezers right here?
Acetone. You have to put acetone on. Yeah, you have to prep it. What's that?
I just need you to get something out of here. It's right there. Mm-mm.
I don't think it's anything. There we go.
Sweet, thank you. Maybe
Yeah,
there should
I don't
make
know. I've never tried to use the chameleon. I don't know.
I'm out of resin. Turn that back around.
That's
Chameleon for what?
it's doing shoes.
You did chameleon on shoes.
Yeah, but I just sprayed it on there. I didn't put tape. I didn't.
Oh, I
I
was
didn't
gonna say,
paint on
you
it. I didn't
chameleoned
do
on
anything to it.
his shoes, right? Or no, not his shoes.
That's the thing is I didn't. No, I didn't do anything to them. Like I just sprayed it on the shoe, and I didn't. That's it. Can't get any art resin here in Ireland. I don't need trading search. Yeah, that's too bad.
Do you know anybody that's flying over soon?
He's helping us out. He comes in a couple times a week. Chris, yeah. You might want to try to put, like, if you have Angela's white, or listen to this, try to get adhesion promotion. I think that's what it's called. Basically, what you do is you put it in the paint, or you might be able to lay a layer down on the shoe, and then put a little bit in the paint and spray the paint on there with that. If you're using an airbrush, I don't know. Are you using an airbrush to put that on? Yeah, just look up adhesion promoter. Maybe Createx has some. And I do believe, I think that Angela's has some, maybe. I swear I bought some and I've been looking for it. I can't find it. I don't know where that is.
There, we love big boy.
Look at bow pants.
Oh, you say hi to people? No. See?
He said no. Hi.
My dadums.
Thank you, Olivia. All right, Mike. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Could use airbrush help. I'm gonna still try to talk Jeff into doing airbrush 101 stuff.
We'll see you, Donna Parker. Yeah, I'll do an airbrush class. All right, we're off. I've got to finish packing, getting stuff prepared. We have so much stuff. This is gonna be one heck of a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Airbrush class would be cool. Yeah, we just need to make sure everybody gets an airbrush first, and then we'll start from there.
I think if you set a date, like on this day, we're doing a live 101 airbrush class, have your stuff. It may.
The problem with that is if people get, inexpensive airbrushes and they don't know how to use them first, then it will be a nightmare because I can't do what I would normally do. Like if I would be like, okay, let me see it, and then try to get it to work for them, and or to explain to them how to make it work. Like it would be so difficult to, like
Okay.
maybe if you've used an airbrush before and you know that it works, then yeah.
So tell people to get one of this, or this. Like that master airbrush all the way to your Iwata.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe a Zoom.
Oh,
class.
I mean,
Yeah.
Come back up.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that.
Did you guys hear Bowie talk?
He's like, put me up there.
So I can lick your elbow. Thank you so much, Lisa. We are gonna have an amazing time. Honestly, I'm just ready to be anywhere. Just brought an airbrush, nervous, but I would look a beginner intro. Sounds like it'd be a good class. Zoom class. Charge for each person, small fee to attend. Well, when we do one-on-one classes, we do charge by the hour for those. However, we don't charge for people to come in.
We might have just a big old art getaway out at Rhonda's one time.
We could do that if you guys would want to fly to nowhere, Texas.
And do
It's right outside of
just
Austin.
an art extravaganza.
No, San Antonio. No, Austin. I don't know.
Thank you, Jeff.
I know how to pull the button and make the paint come out. I'm ready to go.
That's
Linda's
good.
prepared.
As long as you cleaned it before the last time you used it, it should work just fine.
That was a dig at me.
Okay. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We're gonna go finish packing, getting cleaned up, preparing to lock this place down. So be kind to one another. You never know what somebody's going through. We will see you this time next week.
For the live, we will be
Hopefully,
posting anyways. this
We'll be
week.
a little tanner, a
I
little
won't-
redder.
I won't be. I won't be.
You guys have an awesome night. Check out all of our social media stuff. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please do. We really appreciate it. Hit that like button. And if you don't, if you hit the thumbs down, at least let us know. We don't mind. That's an interaction and we appreciate it.
Comment
us know.
down below.
Yeah. You guys have an awesome night. We'll see you later. Bye.
That's it, bye.